boy. Now my 5 fundamentals are really easy. This is something I run through every time before I go for a trail ride. So we're just going to prepare for a trail ride, and I'm going to ask him to lunge. So I open my door and I ask him to move, and I use the end of my lead rope to give him a little pressure. And as soon as I get what I want, I relax my hand down. I'm in neutral while the horse goes. I use my other hand for pressure to keep him going. Good boy. Now we're going to change direction. So with my left foot, I'm going to step in front of his drive line, which is girth forward. So I'm going to step in front of the drive line. I'm going to reach over, and look, he already knows. And I'm going to open that door, and he goes the other direction. Very good. You can watch all of this in detail on my Training the Whole Horse video series. Free online, on my website, and on YouTube. Good boy. Now we're going to do a 1 rein stop on the ground. So I'm going to slide my hand and gather up that lead rope, and I'm going to throw it over because I'm going to add a little desensitizing. I'm going to pull that nose and put my hand on the saddle. I'm going to wait. Good. Very good. Notice how he dipped his nose to his girth and he became soft, and I released instantly. So I'm already preparing him for a 1 rein stop, which is that emergency handbrake for bitless riding. Good boy. So let's check his girth. I like to tighten my girth over a 2 to 3 time process. I never just tighten and go. Good boy. Very good. And now we're going to lunge a little bit more, because now that I've tightened that, I don't want any skin that could be pinched. So I'm going to ask him to go. So the 5 fundamentals are lunging, 1 rein stop, desensitizing, good boy. We'll be yielding hind and forequarters, 1 and 2 and 3. Tip my head in the direction I want him to go. Get out of my space, get out of my space. Good boy. Now I'm going to yield his hindquarters. So I'm going to point at his hip, ask him to move. Very good boy. Very good boy. And I teach all this in my Training the Whole Horse video series, how to get them to move their hip. Now I'm going to have him dance a little bit for me, which moving the forequarters and hindquarters. He'll be side passing basically. This helps loosen your horse up. If you're going to be side passing and half passing on the trail, you need to warm your horse up for this. So I'm going to ask. And 1 and 2 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 and 1 and 2. Very good. Very good. And stroke that neck. Good job. What a good boy. I want him to be able to take any branches that may come between his legs, scrape the backs of his legs, brush his top side, anywhere. So I'm making sure that he's okay with this, and I notice how I have the lead rope just in my hand, about 18 inches. At any time I can pull his nose towards me, which will send his hindquarters away in case he was to get upset. And it allows me to put my hand in here. Now, if I've got a horse that's high-strung, worried, I would start real slow. I'd have my hand on their neck, and I would just gently slap the ground. And then I would work my way up until that horse is standing there and taking it, and can take it from all sorts of directions. Good boy. And then I'm going to do an up and over. And notice I have my hand on his neck. I'm ready to pull that lead rope if he was to get scared. I'm going to tip that nose a little bit. Good boy. I want him to be able to take this slapping in case this happens out on the trail with a branch. I don't want my horse to get spooked because he's never experienced this. He must experience all this first on the ground where I'm safer, and I can teach him that anything that touches you is okay. I'm the leader. I'm with you. You don't have to be worried about what's going on because I'm in charge. And so he hands that over to me, and he trusts me. If I freak out, he's going to freak out. If I show him that this is okay, then he's going to take it. Good boy. And that's the way I want him to be when we're out on the trail. So we are now ready to ride. I'm going to attach the reins to my all-in-one. That's what I love about this, is I can warm up my horse, do all the things I need to do, and then I just snap on my reins and go. I don't have to change out my halter now into a bridle. I don't have any crossing reins to get pinched or caught under the chin. Oh gosh, I've had every type of bitless bridle, and every one of those that crosses under the chin, it always gets stuck or doesn't release instantly, which that's how horses learn, is the release of pressure. And I've had horses just flinging their heads up and down, and I'm trying to get my fingers in there to unpinch that because they've had this pressure on their poll and under their chin, and they can't get relief from that pressure. So I've tried all of the bitless bridles, everything that's out on the market, and I ended up designing this myself because it met my needs. I want my lead rope with me when I'm on the trail, and I don't want to have to tuck it under my belt. I don't want to be attached to it because I don't want to get drug. So I string it through a latigo string that is just simply attached to the breast collar loop. And these latigo strings are available on my website as well. They're only like, I don't know, $3.95. They're really inexpensive. You can make one yourself with just a piece of leather. So then I simply create a daisy chain or quick release knots. So you see, if I need this undone, I just pull it and it's undone. If I'm in trouble, that's what I can do. But I'm going to go ahead and make the daisy chain. Oops, there we go. And then the last one, the last loop, I'm going to pull the lead rope through the loop, and now I have that as extra pressure if I need it.